Hello, everyone. My name is Shiona Drummer, and I am proud to serve as a personalized learning director as well as your instructional technology specialist for Twiggs County Public Schools. So, today we're going to look at SLDS. And so, SLDS stands for Statewide Longitudinal Data System, or some people say data system. So, basically, the SLDS that we use came about maybe around 2002. It is now a part of a federal regulation that we keep track of information of children over time. So when you're looking at longitudinal data or data, you are looking at information on a particular child over time. And it could be specific to things such as attendance, assessments, things of that nature. So, the benefits of having a statewide longitudinal data system is that, again, you can track children from school to school, even district to district, but also you can help to identify more readily their strengths and weaknesses, their academic strengths and weaknesses, I should say. You can also help to, when you identify those strengths and weaknesses, you can help identify ways to close the learning gaps that that particular child may have. So you can personalize their learning to make sure that they achieve everything that they should academically. Also, you do this by being able to make more data driven, data informed decisions about their academics. So it just gives you a glimpse back into their history as students, and it allows you to help plan for moving forward. So, I am showing you our Infinite Campus landing page here. So when you see this page, of course, we know we log in using our SSO, our single sign-on. So you just click that button. And what will happen is you will see your page here, your home page. On your left-hand side, you'll see all of these options down this panel here. Go ahead and click on SLDS. Okay, so once you click on SLDS, you should be greeted here um, on your homepage, your personalized homepage. So, of course, it has my name here. And I just want to point out there are some really good resources here for you. We all have resources at our fingertips that we can use. And if you've not yet checked out Georgia Connects, I hope that you will. Again, a lot of good resources and information here for us. So I'd like for you to take note here. There is a search option that allows you to search by GTID, and there's a search option that has more specific things you could put in, like the year, the system, the school, which those two should be set for you. You should not be able to change your system nor your school. I have these options because of my position, but usually if you're housed in a school, that will be set for you as well. You should be able to toggle through or have options rather for different grade levels within your school. And if not, then it may just be set for the grade level that you teach. And then you can definitely click here and search by student based off of the other information that you selected here. So like the grade, for instance. All right, so what I'm going to do now is go to the DOE's training site for SLDS, the Statewide Longitudinal Data System. And I want you all to see that there are different mock schools. These are, of course, are not real, but this just allows people who are training to show other people some of the functionality of SLDS that they will find in there. So we're going to go ahead and go to Drummond Middle School. Okay, so when we click in here, we see all of the teachers that they have assigned to Drummond Middle School. There are a lot. Okay, so we're going to go back up and look at Mr. Trudy, Mr. Ariano Trudy. Okay, so again, we're here on his homepage within his login, And you see the same Georgia Connects preview here. You can customize your home page. That's another training. But just know that you can. You can click on here and just follow the steps to make this page your own. You see the same search options. He is a part of Dundee School District, and he again is at Drummond Middle School. So he's okay. He's a 6th grade social studies teacher. We're going to choose a child. Let's go to Kizzy Beavers. You hit go. It'll take just a moment to load. You could do this for each of your students to really get in and get to know them, their academic history, their attendance history, how they performed on assessments through the years. And this will help you make a more informed decision when it comes to, planning for their school term with you. Okay, so I do believe it is loading. All right, so we started over. Let's go back, 6th grade. Where's Miss Kizzy? There she is. All right, let's try this again. Perfect. All right, so as this is loading, we're going to see some historical data on Miss Kizzy, and her attendance will be the first thing that really catches your eye more than likely. It'll be in this area. And oh, there it is. All right, so with her profile loads here, it does give you her GTID information, and it's telling you that it's current because it says as of the 2022-23 school year. So here is her attendance information. This does go back to the 16-17 school term. So she only missed 1 day that year, next year 4, following year 6. During the 1920 school term, she missed 17 days. After that, the next year it dropped down to 5. And then for the last school term, it almost doubled and went to 9, her second most absentee year, I guess we'll call that. So we do know that during the 1920 school term, we were in the beginning of a pandemic. So that may be why she was absent. I'm not sure. Don't want to speculate. Maybe she was sick. Maybe there were some other things going on that may not have even been related to the pandemic. But we can see that this is her most absent, her most days absent in a year. So if you look at your students, your individual students in your classrooms attendance, you can see the similar, you can see something similar here. So you can tell maybe on odd years, they don't come to school, or during certain times of the year, if you drill down to that data, you will know, maybe they don't attend school as much in the spring. There may be a reason why. So that could be a good conversation to have, probably with the parent or guardian. All right, so let's just go back to her demographics. Of course, she's a 6th grade student. She is Black and not of Hispanic origin. It has her birth date here. And then it says student with disability. It says yes. So if you click on that, why? If she were a real student, if she were a student that has actually been evaluated, her primary disability would be listed here, but it's not because she does not have a, this is not a real child, so she doesn't have a diagnosis that they've said. So just looking here, it gives you information and it tells you on which date the events occurred. And so this is just good information to have. You can even know what her last IEP annual review was and if she's been reevaluated or whatnot. All right, so we're going to go back. And it's loading. Okay. Taking just a moment. All right, and there we are. All right, so then it's asking to If she is a part of a student success team or a student study team, the SST, and it does say yes. All right, so if we scroll down under Miss Kizzy's information, we have her state assessments. So we can see her Lexile scores, which you can see, at the end of grade testing for her third grade year. Kizzy scored a 460, and then they retested her that same time, that same semester, I should say, excuse me, and she scored a 360. So she dropped by 100 points. But in this following spring, the spring of her fourth grade year, she shot up to 630, which is great improvement. Okay. So then they didn't have anything listed quite yet for her sixth grade year. But this is just information so you can see how she scored historically. So next, we have her end of grade tests, her assessments, I should say, and it shows for ELA, she's a beginning learner. And the way you can quickly see that is by this color-coded legend down here. So red is for beginning learner, gold is for developing learner, your green is your proficient, and then your cream, kind of yellowish, is distinguished. So for ELA, you can see that she tested and then she retested like she did for that Lexile assessment, but she scored a little bit lower during her retest on this too in ELA. And then for the following school term, she scored very similarly, to be honest. So she's a beginning learner for ELA. Now, for math, both times that she was tested, she actually is a developing learner. So we might assume that math is her strength. Or maybe she just tested poorly on the day she took ELA. But again, this is just information on her. So we have her student growth percentile. So again, see it does align. Her band, her growth band is low, unfortunately, and her growth percentile, you see that 23 right there, is 23. For math, she has had high growth, okay? And her growth percentile was 78. So that's wonderful. Now for her end of course, her end of grades, her milestones is what it is. She has low growth, just so you know, is 1 through 34. Typical growth should be 35 to 66 or 65, and then high growth is 66 through 99. So you can again see for her milestones, ELA, it was low growth, but she had high growth for her math. So any local assessments that she takes through the school districts that she attends are listed under here as well as her schedule. You can go back and see how many schools she's attended and within a certain time frame, as well as look at her unofficial transcript. So this is very good information for you to be able to have access to readily for each of your children, each of your students that you teach. I would encourage you to find ways to tap into this information and to see the best ways for you to cater, to personalize each child's learning plan with them. And maybe a good way to do that would be to go about showing them this information and just talking with them when you conference. So like if you have a 1-minute conference, just say, hey, I know we're at the end of the school term. This is our testing time. Let's talk about your ELA scores. What works for you? What would be better? Where can we start? I see that you have scored this on your previous assessments, and looking at your grades that kind of coincide with one another. What can we do to help you? So find ways to conference, that's a personalized learning strategy, with your learners, as well as find ways to tailor the lessons specifically to them. So hopefully we have a lot more of those aha moments. So thank you once again. My name is Shiona Drummer, and I look forward to working with you.